Hey guys, what's up? Mike Locke here. Thanks for tuning into this video blog. In this video, I want to talk about the challenges that freelance web designers face and some things you can do to overcome those challenges. Not too long ago, I got an email from somebody pointing me to an article that was titled "Why Web Design is Dead," and he wanted me to get my thoughts. He wanted me to share my thoughts on that article. The article was written by a UX designer. In the article, he talks about some of the challenges that web design face and says, you know, web design is dead as we know it because of these challenges, and UX design is alive and well, right? That part, UI, UX design being the future, is no different than what I talk about a lot, because I talk about UI, UX design being in high demand. You can go to any job board right now and search the term UI, UX designer, and you'll see a lot of job openings for that particular position. But this designer in this article was really combining a few different things. And what I mean by that is he's kind of confusing two different parts. In web design, you have the full-time designer and then you have the freelance web designer, and they have different challenges that they face. For example, as a full-time designer, you don't face these challenges that freelance designers face. For example, in the article, it talks about the fact that there are all these free or cheap frameworks that are out there. WordPress, Drupal, all these different type of frameworks readily available for small business owners to use. If you have a small budget, you can easily go to like Squarespace.com or Wix or Intuit or GoDaddy or whatnot and really set up a website for cheap, right? $50 or less and a small monthly fee. And so you have these frameworks. Also, the fact that the article talks about small businesses using Facebook as their homepage and things like that. Now, and all these other challenges, right? Yes, freelance web designers face those challenges, but as a full-time designer, you don't face those. You're not competing with small businesses using Facebook. You're not competing with small businesses using WordPress or spending $50 on a WordPress site or whatnot, right? Those aren't the challenges as a full-time designer. But you're building a freelance business, you're trying to grow as a freelance designer, those are some challenges you face. One of the things that the article does not mention, which is the biggie, which I want to talk about, is really the fact that there is this commodity play. There's a commodity play in the sense that there's this race to the bottom, which is what Seth Godin talks about a lot. He's one of my favorite authors, and basically what that is, the race to the bottom, is that when you have an industry and everyone's selling the same thing, everyone's average, you're always going to have someone that sells it a little cheaper, okay? And then that person will win until somebody sells it a little bit cheaper than that person, and so on, all right? So you have this race to the bottom, who can sell it the cheapest, and the cheapest price will always win out. Okay, now as a freelance web designer, you have marketplaces, you have people on the internet, you have things on the internet where you can get something for $5 or something for $10 or get a website for $20, right? So you have this commodity play. Everything is the same. There's no difference, right? Now, the way you remove yourself from this commodity play is by three things, okay? Number one, you must first and foremost have a strong skill set, okay? You have to have a strong portfolio and a valuable product and service to actually offer. Okay, that's the first part. Okay, somebody have to come to your website and say, I want that look, or I want that type of skill, that level of skill and service for my product or for my website. Okay, that's what you have to have. Okay, let's say you have that good strong portfolio, that good product to sell. The next two big things. Secondly, you must have strong marketing, okay, in business, okay? What I'm saying is, all these things, you have to think like a business person. You have to have strong marketing. And in web design and freelance design, I consider that strong personal branding. What I mean by that is get from behind the desk. Show your face. Get yourself out there. Allow people to get to know who you are, okay? That's strong marketing in freelance design, okay? I talk about personal branding a lot. I do it a lot. I'm doing it right now. I'm out and getting people to know who I am, my thoughts, etc. and they're learning about Michael Lock, right? They're learning who I am. Strong product to sell, strong marketing, strong personal branding, okay? And last but not least, you have to get out from behind the desk and build relationships with people, okay? Start talking to small businesses and get them to know who you are, okay? Build those relationships. When you do that, then eventually, once they begin to trust you, know who you are, they know that you have a strong product to sell them or offer them, then they'll be willing to spend a premium for that particular service, okay? The example that I want to give you is like this. ADP, I work for ADP, a large corporation. They've done about $11 billion last year in revenue. Okay, they're around for tens of, like, I don't know, like 50 years or so prior to, 60 years, I think even longer than that. Okay, long before I started working with the company. The way they've gotten to where they are today is not necessarily just on their product and service alone. It's really by salespeople going out there and building relationships with other businesses, taking them to play golf, taking them to dinner, taking them to baseball games, getting them to know them, presenting to them, and eventually getting them to buy from ADP, okay, and buy ADP services. It's really all about the salespersons. If you work for any corporation, it's your sales team is really the biggest thing. Okay, if we don't have a sales team, I don't have a job, because they're not making any sales and no one's paying ADP, and ADP doesn't have money in budget to hire UX designers and things like that and pay me. Okay, so you as a freelance web designer, you have to start thinking like a salesperson. You have to go out there, show your face, and build relationships. You do that, you then remove yourself from the commodity, okay? And you're up here now. You now have a strong product to sell. You have strong personal branding. You building relationships with people. They now trust you, and now you can offer a premium price for the service that you offer, okay? And then those little guys down here that are charging $5 for a website, $5 for a logo design, $5 for a brochure and all that stuff, let them play that commodity game, okay? You don't want to play that. You want to remove yourself from that's your ultimate goal, is to remove yourself from that commodity play and be above that, be respected, have a strong marketing plan. People know you, trust you, know that you have a valued product and service to sell them, offer them. They know who you are because you built that relationship with them. Go out there and meet people, talk to them, email them back and forth, okay, get to know them, and then you'll be in a good place. All right, I can talk about this for an hour, guys, for several hours on all these different topics. I recommend going to each one of these topics that I talk about, learn more about them, read up on them, go to Google, read articles on them, and learn more about some of the things that I talked about, building customer relationships, personal branding, and things like that, okay? And for more information on how to improve your skills, you want to learn more about my web design training course, you can always go to my website, mlwebco.com, learn about things that I offer and things that I do. And if you like the things that I talk about on YouTube, please hit the like button, leave me a comment, subscribe, and as always, look out for more videos, more to come, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll talk soon. Peace.